Hello and welcome back to Football Daily, where today we are looking at the most expensive squad in world football, now worth just under £1 billion. Goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga. Taking position in between the sticks is Chelsea's new recruit, ex-Atletico Bilbao stopper Kepa Arrizabalaga, who joined the Blues this summer for £71.6 million, the record fee ever spent for a goalkeeper. 20 days after Liverpool broke the record with a £66.8 million signing of Alisson, Chelsea were plunged into a crisis when their number one Thibaut Courtois went on strike to force a move to Real Madrid. With Rob Green on the bench, Sarri desperately needed a top keeper with 48 hours left of the window. While it might have an air of a panic buy, Kepa shows a promising future at the bridge for a 23-year-old. Last season he conceded 43 goals in 30 games, disappointing for the mature youngster, but mainly down to a weaker team in front of him. A problem resolved by the quality of Chelsea's squad. For every goal he conceded, he was making 2.3 saves, not quite the levels of De Gea or Alisson, but more than managed by Courtois last season. The stopper, who signed a 7-year contract in London, made 30 appearances for Bilbao last season and kept 7 clean sheets, 9 less than Chelsea notched up under the pragmatic Antonio Conte. But while Kepa will have to adapt his game to suit the English top flight, he will benefit from protection of a Sarri back four. Defender Kyle Walker. The most expensive right-back turned wing-back in the world is Kyle Walker, who cost Manchester City £47.5 million when he moved from North London to the North East. Since moving to Pep Guardiola's squad in 2017, Walker has already acquired 3 pieces of silverware: the EFL Cup, the Community Shield and the Premier League. With 32 appearances in City's record-breaking season, Walker asserted himself as an intrinsic part of Guardiola's squad, as his attacking threat down the wing, as well as his confidence with the ball, made him one of the first names on Pep's team sheet. Last season, the 28-year-old averaged 3 interceptions tackles per 90, whilst also making a key pass every game. Along with being dispossessed only 0.6 times per 90, it's clear to see how seamlessly he fits into Guardiola's system. The former Sheffield United player eclipsed the €50 million PSG spent on David Luiz and ensured that Walker became the most expensive Englishman on record. But his performances in Sky Blue, along with the current climate of the market, make it money well spent for City. Defender Laporte. Laporte began his footballing career with Atletico Bilbao after tenuous links to the Basque region allowed the defender to be scouted in 2009. He made his senior debut in 2012 and immediately found himself in the starting lineup. By 2015, Laporte helped Bilbao defeat Barcelona to win the Spanish Cup, their first piece of silverware in 31 years. The Frenchman takes position in the back line after Manchester City beat their own record fee to bring the Athletic Bilbao centre-back to the Etihad in January 2018. For £58.5 million, the 24-year-old was added to Guardiola's star-studded squad as he spent big in his defence. Unlike Walker, since joining City, Laporte has struggled to get into the starting lineup, making just 9 caps and failed to win a ticket this summer as France won their second ever World Cup. However, after starting with John Stones in the Community Shield victory over Chelsea, it looks like City might be shaping up with a younger, more progressive centre-back pairing this season. In a squad as strong as City's, one game miss can send you in the back of the queue for game time, so Laporte will have tough competition from Stones, Kompany and Otamendi, but it's clear that Guardiola has a lot of confidence in the ball-playing youngster. Defender Virgil van Dijk. This summer, Jurgen Klopp spent €164 million making Liverpool title contenders. But the first was the long-awaited acquisition of Virgil van Dijk in January 2018 for €75 million, the most ever spent on a defender. After joining the Reds, Van Dijk made his debut on the 5th of January in an FA Cup game against their Merseyside rivals, Everton. The Dutchman scored a last-minute winner in the 2-win victory over the Toffees, and in doing so became the first player since Bill White in 1901 to score in his debut in the Merseyside derby. Last season, Van Dijk earned 14 league appearances and 6 in the Champions League. He averaged 2.4 tackles and interceptions in the Prem, as well as 5.6 clearances per 90, as he was credited with vastly improving Liverpool's defence. Sat in front of Alisson this campaign should make Van Dijk's life easier this season, as he will hope to finally add some silverware to his and Liverpool's trophy cabinets.
Hold up, wait right there. Are you subscribed to Football Daily? No? Then click the red button down there and you won't regret it.
Defender Benjamin Mende. The final Manchester City player in this XI is Benjamin Mende, who joined for £51.75 million in 2017. The record fee for 10 days before he was joined on the newcomers list by Kyle Walker. Now 24 years old, Mendy began his career in France for Le Havre, Marseille, then Monaco. After winning Ligue 1 in 2017 with the Red and Whites, their first title in 17 years, Mendy left the Principality for Northwest England. Mendy's first season in Manchester was bittersweet. After an anterior cruciate ligament injury restricted the Frenchman to just 8 appearances, he returned just in time to join the celebrations for the Centurion League win. But now fully recovered, Mendy will be looking forward to a full season at left-back for the Citizens. As with him back, Guardiola may opt to play his preferred back three with the World Cup winner as the specialist on the left. Midfielder Paul Pogba. This summer's transfer window has been peppered with Manchester United's unrest as Mourinho has continuously criticised, moaned and groaned about their unsuccessful transfer window, having spent just £74 million with 50 of that on their new addition Fred. But reverse the clock by 3 years and you'll remember a very different window as Manchester United spent £94 million buying back their youngster they let go 4 years prior. Pogba's signing from Juventus made the midfielder the most expensive player in the world in 2016 when he signed a 5-year deal with the Red Devils. After leaving Manchester for a nominal fee in 2012 with just 3 appearances under his belt. Pogba stunned in Serie A, winning 4 league titles and 2 Coppa Italias with Juve. While his reunion with the Mancunian outfit started well, directly contributing to 9 goals in 30 appearances, he has only got his hands on the Europa League and the EFL Cup. Following a disappointing 2017-18 campaign for Pogba and Mourinho, super agent Mino Raiola has reared his ugly head again, creating rumours that the World Cup winner would be suited elsewhere. And while no move to Barcelona was formulated in the summer window, the future of Pogba at United is probably dependent on who stays in the dugout. Midfielder Philippe Coutinho. From one player rumoured to be after a move to Catalonia to one who eventually got through the doors at the Nou Camp in January 2018, Coutinho joined Liverpool from Inter Milan in 2012. The Brazilian attacking midfielder spent 7.5 seasons in Merseyside, and while he didn't manage to drag them to any silverware, in 152 Premier League appearances, he scored 41 goals and assisted 35. Unsurprisingly, Klopp was reluctant to let the Brazilian leave, and Liverpool rejected 3 bids from the La Liga giants, including one for £180 million before giving in to the Barca charm. Liverpool confirmed that the 25-year-old would be leaving Anfield for £142 million, a fee that makes him the 3rd most expensive player in the squad. Coutinho has only made 18 appearances for the Blaugrana after an injury prevented him from making an instant impact. With 10 goals to his name last term, Coutinho will be looking to improve his tally this year while wearing Barcelona's famous number 7 jersey, previously adorned by Figo. Midfielder James Rodriguez. Bayern Munich's James Rodriguez takes up the final spot in the midfield after his official move to Bayern from Real Madrid was confirmed to be worth £72 million. The Colombian international recorded his first professional performance on home soil for Envigado before heading to Banfield in Argentina. His stint with Porto was followed by a transfer to Monaco before he joined Real Madrid in 2014 for £63 million at the age of just 23. One of the hottest young talents in football, James was made the most expensive Colombian of all time and handed Real's number 10 jersey and the weight of heavy expectation. In 2016-17, James made 22 appearances as Real won the league and 6 as they won the Champions League. While he provided 11 goals and 13 assists, only playing a total of 1,824 minutes, mildly more than the previous campaign, he handed in a loan request in search of more playing time. A loan deal to Bayern and the appointment of Jupp Heynckes saw James' stock fly as he became one of Bayern's key players in their 17-18 title defence with 7 goals and 11 assists in 23 Bundesliga appearances, justifying his big money move to the Bavaria. Forward, Neymar. Brazil's Neymar became the most expensive player in world football in 2017, when Paris Saint-Germain spent €222 million to meet his buyout clause and take him from the Nou Camp to Parc des Princes. Along with Leo Messi and Luis Suarez, the 26-year-old had formed the most lethal trios in history, scoring 131 goals between them, the most any trio had ever accumulated in a single season. Over his time in Catalonia, he collected 2 La Liga titles and a Champions League medal. Form that has followed him to Paris, having picked up 4 domestic trophies in his first season in the French top flight. But while the Balmain model has lived up to expectation on the pitch, scoring a goal a game and 0.7 assists per 90, he hasn't settled off of it. Constant rumours of bust-ups and fallouts have marred his opening season in Ligue 1, as the Prince of Paris doesn't seem very happy on his throne. However, as to whether another record-breaking fee would be needed for Real to crown him at the Bernabeu, we'll have to wait and see. Forward, Cristiano Ronaldo. Unsurprisingly, Cristiano Ronaldo takes the number 9 role after shocking everyone on the day of the World Cup semi-final with a move to Juventus. The 33-year-old joined Zidane in walking out of the Bernabeu after winning his 3rd consecutive Champions League last season and into the Allianz Stadium for a huge €100 million, signing a deal that will keep him at the Old Lady for 4 years, earning €30 million a year. CR7 has become Juve's record signing, beating the €94 million spent on Higuain in 2016. Last season, in 27 appearances, Ronaldo netted 26 times, the campaign before 25 and 28, and in 2015-16, he scored 35 in 36 games. And while critics said the move didn't show value for money, for a player preparing for retirement, Ronaldo's medical in Turin revealed he had a physical age of a 20-year-old, leaving the Juve faithful pretty excited about their season ahead. Without a Champions League win since 1996, the old lady will look to the 5-time European champion, Ronaldo, to guide them through a more successful campaign this season. And if he can do so, the monstrous price tag won't seem so astonishing. Forward, Kylian Mbappe. The youngest player on this list and the most expensive teenager of all time, Kylian Mbappe joined Paris Saint-Germain for 166 million euros. Initially joining on a season-long loan from Monaco, Mbappe was secured for the long term this summer with a deal that will tie him to Paris until 2022. Last season, alongside Neymar and Cavani at the Parc des Princes, Mbappe scored 13 and assisted 8 in 24 appearances. The hype surrounding the youngster hit an all-time high this summer, following his tantalizing displays in Russia. In July, the 19-year-old became the first teenager to score in a World Cup final since Pelé. He won the World Cup trophy with France for the second time in their history. His talent, speed, skill and intelligence makes him one of the most exciting youngsters in the world. The size of valued the prodigy at 183 million euros. Naturally, he has been rumoured as the next Real Madrid Galactico, but for now he's committed his future to lighten up Paris. So that was the next 5 of the most expensive players in world football. Do you think they're worth this much? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe.